Hello YouTube, welcome back. You join me standing over the corpse of a forgotten beast, a giant hairy maggot with curly horns that was slain by a punch to the head which bruised its brain, delivered possibly by Panzer Beard, possibly by Bergen Derf. We're not sure of the actual mechanism that led to the mortal ending, but we'll see what happens. Let's unpause the action and see what goes on. Your last thought was a nightmare, Nerdy Beer Castle. Half the population died from alcohol poisoning. What? Oh, actually, I think we can find out. Oh, okay. Panzer Beard is seriously wounded. Let me just quickly check how wounded. We'll go over to Dwarf Therapist, and we'll use that to have a look at the wounds. Add health. Here we go. And we'll look at Panzer Beard. Got to read. Got to update everything. Panzer Beard is currently using a crutch. That's nice. Has a complete inability to stand, has breaks and fractures, broken hip, lower body torn open, and right kidney torn open. That's not gonna work. Lacerations all over the lower body, right hip and right kidney. Oh my goodness, so Panzerbeard basically took all of the damage. Did anyone else get wounded by the Cadol really got off lightly. Smashed finger. Smashed finger, really not as bad as everyone else was getting. Oh, and Finley, you're just thirsty. You were standing there on the sidelines watching everybody get in there and kill the Forgotten Beast game. Guys, I think I'm going to step this one out. I'm going to stand on the sidelines. I'm a bit too thirsty for this. I don't think I can fight at peak performance. And then you got a little cup of water after it died and you went... You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. There you go, meme! I memed. Oh my god, it feels good. Anyway, let's get back into the action. There's nothing we can do to save Panzerbeard, so while he's dying on the ground, while he's bleeding out from his multiplicity of wounds, we're going to whisper in his ear. Don't worry, Panzerbeard. The fortress loves you forever. You're going to be remembered as a hero. Nay, a god. Your tomb will be a splendid vision of dwarven craftsmanship, and your name will ring out through the ages like a bell struck by God himself. Love you, PB. And that's it. That's when he dies. Everyone's stroking his hair, going, "Oh, poor old PB. We miss you. Oh. And then he's dead." Right, so up to the surface, let's start planning the tomb. Right, this is no good. This guy needs his own little section of tomb. So I am going to say, diggy, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy hole, diggy hole. Is this big enough? Like tomb in the middle, door here. You know what? Part of me thinks this needs to be a little bit bigger. It's not quite splendid enough. There we go. That's it. That's splendid. Maybe one more. Yeah, one more. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, this cold. I can feel it getting worse again as I'm heading towards the afternoon/evening. It's coming in on my sinuses and saying, "Scoundrel, you're going to have to stop this stream soon, you dirty little monster. Stop it. That's right, the guy standing there with his fingers probably... I mean, you've got to admit, finger wounds hurt. You trap your fingernail in a door or something like that. That is mega pain. I remember there's a tabletop role-playing system called HOL. HOL. There's a little underscore under the O. It stands for Human Occupied Landfill, and it's was published. I doubt you can probably get a new copy anymore, but it was published by a spin-off of White Wolf Games called Black Dog. And the concept was... all the players were on the galaxy's landfill planet where all the rubbish is sent, which is also used as a prison. And in the combat system, they had a special ranking system for wounds, which told you how much it hurt as well as how much damage it did. And that the highest pain to damage ratio was a paper cut. It hurts a lot, very little damage done.
But personally, I think the wound with the highest pain to damage ratio in favour of pain is a crushed fingernail. Think about it. That really fucking hurts, but you've really only bruised yourself. A very vestigial wound at best. Maybe you've pinched off a few blood vessels that will cause some internal bleeding at the thumb tip and bruising, but in the very worst case scenario, it's a finger amputation, right? I mean, actually, that's quite dramatic. That's quite a bad scenario. Anyway, check out Hole. It's a great little game. The book itself is probably more suited for reading for fun rather than actually playing. But if you want to play it, it's great. Anyway, if people want to play it, I'm up for running it, for sure. Excuse me. This cold is a real bitch. Hello, Strange Things 80. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. You could tour these rooms next to each other if you move the door one tile to the left. Oh, you just had to point it out, didn't you? You just had to point it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here we go. Get rid of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dink, dink. In fact, let's do it this way. Dinky, dinky. Dinky, dinky. Dinky, dinky. Dink. Sorry, I got a bit confused there. Right, there's our first one, and then presumably we build another one here, and it will fit. Although if they touch each other, that's no good. No, look, they don't touch each other. Perfect. Perfection. What's French for perfection? I don't know. I've got no idea. Mind you, my knowledge of the French language is vestigial at best. I learnt a bit at school, but not that much. Not that much. What finger would I most want to lose if you had to lose one? I would lose one of my sweary middle fingers, because you'd be able to do like you'd hold your hand up with the middle finger missing, and in a way you're kind of still flipping them the bird, and it takes a few seconds for them to realise. Fun fact, my granddad on my dad's side actually had a missing finger. He died when I was quite young, so my main memories of him are of fleeing in terror as he asked me to count his fingers. I used to turn up at their house, my nan and my granddad, and he'd say, here Matt, count my fingers. And I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he'd go, try again. And I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I would notice the mangled stump, and I would scream and cry and run out of the room every time to his gales of laughter, as I remember it. That may be incorrect. He may well have only done it once, and he may well have been saddened by my response. But as I recall, he was quite cheerful about the whole affair. I imagine when he lost it, he was livid, fucking furious. But yeah, at that point, he managed to make it fun. Apparently, he lost it in a paper press. Was it a paper press? Some kind of industrial press. Imagine now. There's getting your fingernail squished. Ouch. Oof. Ooh-yah. But still, if I ever lose my fingers, one of my fingers, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it for missing finger swearing and the scaring of young children in my family. Hooray! I am also a bastard. You love symmetrics. That's why I was triggered. Well, honestly, Stranger Things, when you notice the symmetries, it's great. But when you don't notice the symmetry... Oh, look, we can put another one in here. Look. This is a little mini tomb. That's for someone who's not quite as important as Panzerbeard. When Panzerbeard turns up at the stream and goes, am I still alive? We'll be able to show him his awesome tomb. Wouldn't that be cool? That'll be lovely. Hello, let me just lean in so I can read your name on chat. It says Centexil P or Centexi LP. I'm going to need some phonetic help on that one. I'm not entirely sure where to put the emphasis. But yes, I had an interesting childhood. Honestly, I have had a fairly interesting life. Some unusual shit has happened to me, not least of which was the whole period in which I managed to go to hundreds and hundreds of gigs in London without paying for it by pretending I was from a TV channel / magazine or whatever, worked at the time. I used to blag my way into gigs all the time. Honestly, I'm a bad person. Do not do not think of me as a role model, because, you know, everyone's like, pirating music, well, you know, go to the live gigs, make it, give them some money, whatever. I was fucking pirating live music. What a wanker. But there you go. That's just me. That's just me. Fingernails was the most popular starting torture method in the Middle Ages when you want to have a quick reply from the victim. Makes sense. Makes sense. Why don't I create a hospital and try and save Panzerbeard? Because we're going to build him a tomb, and tombs are cooler than hospitals. Hospital. Right, okay. Look at this. Look at it this way, okay? Nobody is travelling halfway around the world to look at the hospital that the pharaohs of Egypt were treated in, are they? No. They're travelling halfway around the world to look at the putative tombs they were buried in, although I recognise that there is some mild controversy around the idea that the Great Pyramid at Giza is a tomb. Some people say it's not. I recognise that maybe the current of history is not on their side. Let's not get into this little semantic argument, or not semantic, this argument, but, you know, there's a possibility that they're not tombs. Whatever. People think they're tombs and they're going to see the tombs. Nobody gives a fuck about Tutankhamun's old bandages from when he broke his fucking leg. All they care about is the shit he was buried in. So there we go. That's my theory. That's my theory. What was it called? I helped him a few. What was it called? We called it Disconnected. I mean, the original thing for the whole going to gigs thing, there was. I mean, we did record a shitload of interviews, but we just lost them all. Because we did it before YouTube was a thing. Like, literally the year after we stopped doing it, YouTube became a thing, and everything we'd have done would have been sustainable. But, you know, it was just the wrong time to be doing it, basically. It's very sad. Right, let's keep reading. Hang on, I've got to catch up with chat. You guys have got ahead of me, so I'm going to pull you over onto the screen over the top of Dwarf Fortress. See where my mouse cursor is? Oh, no, you can't, because it's not showing you. But okay, let's just read. Strange Things 80 already loves him. Is that my granddad? Probably my granddad you're talking about. One of them, not the other one. Grandad Jack. Okay, Orchimedes said that's amazing. Again, context, I've got no idea what you're talking about. I've left it too long to return to chat. That's the guy you have to look up at. Again, I've left it too long to come back to chat, haven't I? The context is all vanished for me. Rando303 had a teacher who lost a leg in a car accident when he was in college. He had a story about ice skating with his prosthetic. It was a new prosthetic that didn't fit perfect. He was ice skating and a kid was just about to step on the ice, scared looking, and he slipped a bit, causing the prosthetic to fly off, and his stump hit the ice and bled. Scared the kid for life. Beautiful serendipity. I love it. I love it. What a beautiful one. I had a teacher, an art teacher called... I won't dox him. He was quite old when he was my art teacher in school, so there's a good chance he's dead, but I won't. But we had a teacher who had a missing hand. He had like an amputated arm below just past the elbow. And for art, he had like a vestigial... I thought it was amputated, but now he had like a vestigial baked bean-like finger on the end of it. So I don't know if that was produced by some kind of surgery or if he actually was born missing his arm. But anyway, he had a little metal tube, like a short, maybe a couple of centimetres, inch-long metal tube that he popped over this little baked bean finger he had, and he popped a pencil in it, and he did all his drawing like that. He was a good teacher, really enjoyed him. Really enjoyed his lessons. But sometimes when he came up behind you and put his stump on your shoulder and went, "Oh, well done," you were sort of going, "The bean, it's touching my cheek. Please no." I mean, it's rude. It's a terrible way to think about someone with such a savage disability. But, you know, kids will be kids, and people like me will be cunts. Excuse me. Right, Sentex LP. It's Sentexi. Oh, am I using the E accent correctly? Sentexi? I'll try it. Sentexi. That's how I'm going to do it from now on. So if I've got it wrong, you might want to pipe up. Wanted to change it to Sentexi ever since, but then eventually some guy has that name on Twitch and doesn't want to change it. Well, what a monster. What a barbarian. Strange Things, grossed out by Rando's story. Well, that's okay. Gwilym, welcome to the stream. I don't recognise your name, so perhaps this is your first time here, not sure. Making the hospital a temple. Now there's an idea. Oh my god, here's another idea. Here's a third way. The tomb is a temple, is a hospital. Can we do that? Can we start it as a hospital with a treatment bed? Then we make it a temple on top of that. Then, if probably when he dies, we turn it into a tomb. Boom. I think we figured out what we're doing. I think we figured it out, boys. Let's get cracking. I'm sorry to go away from chat after I claimed I was going to catch up, but first we got to put down a bed. We put the bed just above center because that's where the burial receptacle is going to go. Then we put a burial receptacle. Ooh, settle down, scoundrel. BN. There we go. Put a burial receptacle just there. It's going to be an obsidian coffin. Sadly, we don't have any legendary coffins. Did we have a legendary coffin? I swear we made a legendary coffin at some point. Hang on a minute. Are we going to have to turf someone out of it, though, to get him in it? Sunstone earring, animal trap, toy boat, mechanism, codex. No, we didn't make a grave. Never mind. It's all fine. This is, of course, all going to need smoothing. So designate smooth. Do the walls first. Once the walls are smooth. Is that native gold? Oh, beautiful. Actually, that one's never getting smoothed, is it? Or is it? Maybe it will, I don't know. Screw it, I'll do the entire floor as well. Everything's getting smooth. Everybody must get smooth. As Bob Dylan would no doubt put it. And this bit doesn't need smoothing though, screw you. Not yet. Okay, and then on top of that we'll engrave the whole thing. That's going to be truly glorious. We're going to put statues in every possible orifice. In fact, build... JMQ statue. I would like, what do we want these statues made out of? We've had rock statues made. Actually, if we make rock statues, they're going to be better than anything else because our best craftsmen are probably rock statues. I'm going to make an order for 10 and hope that some interesting ones get produced for Panzerbeard's hospital/temple/ other stuff. Right, so now we designate ourselves okay, so the whole room, unless we okay, we're just going to leave these corner pieces off in terms of making it right, there we go. So this is now a hospital. It's also a gathering area because that's how we have to make it a temple. And then we assign a location. And we are going to add a location. It's going to be a temple. And who is it going to be for? Oh, whoa. Excuse me. The Cathedral Emancipation? I don't fucking think so. Remove the assignment. Let's try again. Assign location. It's going to be a new location. It's going to be a temple. But which deity or /deity, however you want to pronounce it, is going to be the one? We've got Akil the Cavernous Glove, with 70 worshippers, whose portfolio includes fortresses, mountains, and caverns. Apologies, that's a WhatsApp message coming through on the browser from my tabletop wargaming group, who I've never gamed with, but love to look at their little painted miniatures. We've got Atir, the god of wealth and jewels, who has 83 worshippers. We've got Datan, 68 worshippers, earth, volcanoes, fire, the sun, day. We've got Osod, the patron god of murder. Oh my goodness, I want to be you, but we can't. We've got to look for something more appropriate. This isn't about me. This isn't about my desires and what I want. This is about Panzerbeard and how best to memorialise him. Let's go and look at Anzac, the Australian god. The god of theft and trickery. I'll let you make your own Australia jokes. It's not fair. They've had a few hundred years to get over that. Then we look at Knockgol, Nightmares and the Night. Again, lovely god. Love you, but you're not the one. You're not the one. Shiss, Valor, War, and Chaos. Now, Shiss is a contender. This is the kind of person we want to dedicate this temple to. Then we've got, who we got next? Iger, the Seasons? No. Curlig, Lakes, Fish, Oceans, and the Weather? No. Kashez, Planned Noah, Writing? No. Fame and Gambling, Family, and Rebirth and Death. Oh my god, it's between Subi and, was it Iger? No, it was Shiss. It's between Subi and Shiss, so could I please get some votes in chat for who we're going for? Is it Valor, War and Chaos, which is thematically appropriate, or is it Rebirth and Death, which is also thematically appropriate for a tomb thingy? Make it a tavern as well. I don't know if that's wise. It seems a bit too much. The dead, the dying, and the death-obsessed faithful all in one place. That is good, actually. Temple, hospital, tomb, genius. Oh, thank you, Santexi. Much appreciated. Might as well have at least a few barrels of booze. I mean, could make it a tavern, but I mean, that's a little bit... First time here, Gwillem? Well, is it Gwillem? It's not Gwillem, there's no L. Well, let me look at that properly. It is Gwillem, yes, sorry. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you'll get out of that spiral. But even if you don't, it's all fun, isn't it? It's all fun. That's what Dwarf Fortress is about. Dwarf Fortress is a game about losing. I mean, losing is everything in Dwarf Fortress. You don't want to win. That's boring. Winning, it means eventual frame death. Much like the real universe. The heat death of the universe is all you're going to get if you achieve mortality. Immortality, rather. Achieve mortality. Nobody has to achieve mortality. That's kind of built in. It's a functional lodestone of our existence. Anyway, where were we? Okay. Isn't that Sithis? The Elder Scrolls essentially has a god of murder, the one that the Assassination Guild worships. Ooh, nice. I do like the assassination plotlines in the Elder Scrolls games. They're good. Subi and Sithis are so good. That is very correct. Specs Marina says vote Subi. Sontexi is voting Subi. Rando's voting Subi. It's looking good. Rebirth and Death way more appropriate for a tomb hospital. That's true. Strange Things 80's got a question mark there. Not sure what they're questioning, but I'm sure it was appropriate at the time. Australian God clip from the JC Experience. Thank you. We can always be relied to clip the most spicy memes. Thank you. Suddenly I'm going to get attacked by Australians. Maybe not. Maybe they'll chuckle at it and think it's funny. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. The Australians don't have good enough internet to watch this. Sorry, Australia. You know it's true. So Rando 303 says 102 worships was for Subi. It looks like it's Subi. We're going with Subi. Rebirth and Death. Okay, good. Designated. Bingo. There we go. The Chapel of Bones. Could we get a better name? I don't think so. I think it has a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain ring to it. It feels right, it sounds right, it looks right. Let's set the hospital information. What does that mean? Oh, I've turned that off. H, capital H. There we go. Beds 1, tables 0, traction benches 0, boxes / bags 0. We'll get back. He's going to die. We'll get to the hospital aspect later, okay? His tomb is the centerpiece around which the medical trade in this fortress... that's a very crass way of putting it. The medical profession in this fortress will be arrayed. So, there we go. It's good. It's good. Sorry, keep going down. Elder Scrolls Wiki. Oh, so Sithis... so they've actually got Elder Scrolls gods in here. That's interesting. Get a bone doctor in there and we're setting bones. Oh, you punsmith, Rando. I don't know whether to punish you or congratulate you there. Could you get a better name for a hospital? Yes. A million times yes. I mean, yeah, true. But in terms of, I don't think the hospital is named, is it? The hospital doesn't get a name, but the temple does. I mean, do we put the tavern in there? I think the tavern is a step too far. But if everybody is up for if everybody wants the tavern, then it's good. No, Dwarf had Shiss. Sithis is the Elder Scrolls one. Okay, they're just similarly named, not the same. Okay, so we need to put hospital stuff in here, and we need to put statues in, and... The Chapel of Bones does sound bad. The Chapel of Bones does sound like a good starting point for a joke about the Catholic Church, though, doesn't it? And their troubles in recent years. I won't go too deep into it. People tend not to laugh so hard at paedophilia jokes. I mean, I'm a bad person. I laugh. but a lot of people seem to think it's a terrible thing to joke about. I mean, it is. It is. But, I mean, if you're a terrible human being, what do you want? If not a tavern, I would say just some nearby booze stockpile so they don't have to leave their worship to drink. Or maybe put a booze stockpile in here. Let's do that. They can just come around here and do it. In fact, what I'll do is I'll designate, a little tunnel here. Boom. So they can get access straight into here. We say P. We say F. We say food stockpile. Bang. Oh, actually, let's not make it full. Let's not fill the room up. The food stockpile goes here. Bingo. Click on it. Change settings. And now we only want drink. So forbid, 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 drink, drink, forbid, forbid, forbid. Forbid, 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 forbid. Miscellaneous liquids? No, let's leave the miscellaneous liquids alone. Let's not have any miscellany. Let's leave it to... By the way, guys, this is now the focus of the stream. Anything else that goes on, unless it's super exciting, is just not going to be dealt with. Have they put the Forgotten Beast body in here? They haven't, have they? They haven't even bothered to bring it up. You little cheesemongers, what's the deal here? Why are you leaving it down there? Surely that's what you would call a trophy. We need to stuff that, stick it on the wall. Get some taxidermy going. You know what? We've built these twin tombs, but they have a certain suggestive quality about them. I mean, part of me very powerfully wants to build a tunnel up here towards the lava, but we're going to have to resist that urge. We're going to have... These are places, these are sacred spaces of worship, of, treating of the sick and of burial. They are not bollocks. Oh, hang on, something's brought us down here. What's this? What happened? Why have we jumped to this blank space? A human diplomat from Mong Bahal has arrived. Oh, that's... Oh, look, the miasma. This is my miasma. See? The miasma only comes out this far and never escapes into the main corridor. Those of you who've arrived recently and weren't here for the beginning and the big explanation of how this was discovered, you're going to be confused. But essentially, if you build a room about this big next to anything that generates miasma, it will act as a baffle for the miasma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep, just in case you're wondering. Okay, let's get this tomb / hospital / what was the other thing? Temple made. A human caravan. Okay, so we've got a human caravan, and we've got a diplomat. That's nice. Right, let's get some goods for trading in here, quick as we can. I'm thinking go down to... Have we left everything in that? We have. We've left everything we've ever bought in there. We need to build a library. Shit, I forgot about that. Keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. We want trap components. Trap. Trippy, trappy, troppy, trippy, trappy, troppy, trippy, trappy. Okay, instead, I'll do a search. S-P-I-K-E-D. Spiked. We don't appear to have any spiked wooden balls. However, if I type bin... we might end up with a weapon bin. Where's a weapon bin? Show me. Weapon bin. There we go. Bonk. That can go in there. Anything else? Nothing else. We've got bar and block bins. We will sell some of our lead bar blocks because, boy, do we have a lot. Shit, we've got a lot of bar block bins. Wow. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Find yourself another weapons bin. Page down? Page down. Works well. Peach wood bins. Finished goods bins. I've just realised I've sat here with this headphone in my right ear for the entire stream so far and had literally no sound. I haven't even turned sound sense on. We've got no background music. We've got no sound sense. This is crazy. This is crazy. Plumwood bin... finished goods. Okay, we've got what we've got coming, so that's good. And then we want our trader at the depot. We'll come back here and figure out what's going on later on. Let's watch them prepare the tomb hospital / temple. TTH, we'll call it. Or maybe a THT. A tomb hospital temple. That's a lovely little you've got there. Okay, Stranger Things 80 loves terrible jokes. He loves the disgusted face on the normal people's normal first reaction. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Sometimes push it a bit too far, but hopefully I save it at the end. Suggestive quality. That's correct. There is a certain suggestive quality about these. Oh, hello, JC. Can you wait until the end of the stream to post the clips in WhatsApp because I'm getting pings. Hang on, I'll shut down WhatsApp on my computer and. There we go. Now you can post as you wish. As you wish. Are there any good paedophilia jokes? Well, yes, obviously. There's got to be. There's good jokes about every subject. I mean, whether or not people like them or not is another matter, but you can say objectively if they are or aren't funny. Sell some wooden bins to elves. Well, I'll give it a go, Sontexy, but we've had troubles with elves before. I mean, I have attacked them quite brutally before. Hello, Panzerbeard's in the hospital. That's nice. Right. Why is he not in the hospital bed, though? Why is he not in the hospital bed? Let's put some more beds in, just nice and quickly. These are just temporary beds. We're going to remove them all. And then what else do we need? Chests? Cabinets? Statues. Let's put some statues in. No, that's not how it's done. Build S. Statue. Oh, we haven't got any built yet. Okay, calm down, scoundrel. Everything will happen eventually. It's nice that Panzerbeard's not dead yet, though, isn't it? It's very nice. What's that he's popped in there? Oh, a stray dog mutilated corpse. Oh, someone's been mutilating dogs. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Indicator of perhaps some personality issues. But, you know, maybe they're a troubled artist. Maybe it's some kind of misguided taxidermic activity. Are these not set for... Yeah, they're still set for smoothing. That's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Clearly that your voice alone is enough for us. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. I like that. Every time your name comes up in my chat, it's dark blue against like a sort of purpley black background and I can't read it. Tiraj, I'm sorry. One day, next time you turn up, you'll be a different colour and I'll be able to glance at the chat and I'll be able to say your name. It'll be beautiful. Say my name, bitch. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to upset you. Right, looks like a classic RPG temple to you. It has a certain shape to it, Gwillin. It does. It does have that testicular aspect to it. But it fits. It does have a certain, what's the word? Ecumenical appearance? Is that the right word? I don't think that is it? Ecumenical? That's not to do with religion. Theological? Theologius? What's a theological building? Theoarchitectural resonance. No, I'm making words up now. That's not fair. I shouldn't do that. I should. We've got some non-English native speakers in the chat, and if I start making up words, it's just going to be fucking hell for them. I apologise to do that to you, but we'll give it a go. You've always been blue. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something just died. How has he not noticed? R.I.P. Bard. Oh shit, somebody died. I know what's happened. I'm almost certain I know what's happened. Bergen Derf got infected, didn't he? Didn't she, even? And as such, is probably marauding through the tavern right now, striking down motherfuckers with a vengeance, as they say. What are you carrying? What are you carrying? Let me look at your inventory. Oh, Bergen Derf is dead. Although no doubt spread much of their infection, sorry for tapping the microphone, spread much of their infection through the fortress. Let's quickly take the combat logs. Where's the last place we see Bergen Derf fighting? The Ranger Rimtar, Naked Moldog. Bergen Derf, here we go. We're Monitor Minor. Yep. Who did he bite? 49 pages of combat. Please, no. Please release me. Let me go. Your teeth locked onto my bones. Who did he bite? The militia captain shakes the farmer around, tearing apart the left upper leg's muscle, bruising the bone. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, maybe the fact that Bergen Derf was an accomplished wrestler is going to protect the fortress because everybody he attacks dies. The key is not having the people die. Oh, but hang on. Do people who bite him get infected? We've never seen that explored in zombie films, have we, or The Walking Dead? No one's ever bitten a zombie and gone, ha, fuck you. How do you like it? And then we discover that actually the zombie turns into a human being. Maybe it's the cure. Everybody, no need to worry. If there's a zombie apocalypse, come and hang out at my gaff. We'll all bite each other. We'll be cured. It'll be fantastic. And we'll make sure that there's no shenanigans, no jiggery pokery. It'll always be like nice, gentle arm bites, on the forearm. That's the best place to get bitten, right? The forearm, it's going to hurt less. The person biting is not going to be biting anything unsavoury. The person being bitten is going to get the minimal amount of damage. I mean, I suppose if you take a good old meaty chunk out of the wrist on the suicide side, oh, that's a bad name for it. Fuck, shouldn't have said that. Banned. Yeah, if you take a bite out of that side of the arm, then Yeah, maybe that's not so safe. Maybe we should stick to the fingers. The toes. But biting toes has a certain weird sexual element to it, doesn't it? I don't think that's nice. Anyway, enough. The chat is moving far too fast for me to keep up. I'm going to have to... oh, there's another newbie in here. Thank you very much for joining us, Bob's Legs. Unless you're Bob Slegs. Are you Bob Slegs or Bob's Legs? That's the question. Half the fort is probably infected now that you are correct. I think we are now... The key element for this fortress now, in order for maximal fun extraction from this fortress, is we have to complete the tomb hospital, the thut. We have to complete the thut. We have to do that before everybody dies, and we have to get the right person interred in the tomb. Okay? I think that's going to work, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see how it plays out. But we'll see what goes on. You outright cheated in Dwarf Fortress for the first time in years the other day and simply removed a werebeast, getting a bit sick of them. Oh, well, that's. I'm not going to hold that against you. I have to admit, strange things like that little joke. I like it. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I like it. What was I talking about? Shit, I've completely derailed myself. Being derailed by a chuckle. Figgins. If it is Bob's Legs, where is the rest? Good question. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Werebeast, removing Werebeast. I used to routinely use Runesmith to cheat, and I'd start with immortal, very powerful dwarves at my embark, and I'd always, the idea would be to have them sort of revered as god figures in the fortress, and usually it worked. You'd get lots of engravings of them doing insane shit, but eventually when Runesmith stopped working and stopped being an updated, it forced my hand and made me get better at everything. Panzerbeard isn't dead yet. Is this... How is Panzerbeard not dead yet? One second. We just have to make sure, just so everybody recognises just how important Panzerbeard is to the fortress. He's actually got his own little introduction in chat. He's not here right now, but I'm sure he'd be loving this. Yeah, great. That's it. Clip that, JC. Clip the bit where I was worried about getting banned. That's perfect. Well done. Congratulations. That's not at all irritating. Excuse me. We should bring Bob's legs to the tomb so they can rest. Interesting idea. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's going to need a dwarf, or she, sorry. I'm assuming Bob's legs is a man, but I mean, it's entirely possible that Bob's legs is a woman. I mean, Bob is a very male-sounding name, but, it's 2018, for fuck's sake. Get with the program, guys. Come on. Why you got to be so fucking judgmental? Okay, let's let this game continue, because I've got completely derailed, forgotten what I'm doing other than fitting out this tomb hospital. Oh yeah, we were worried about everybody dying from a weir infection. I get the feeling that come next full moon, there's going to be a very big dip in population. I'm just going to quickly dip over to Dwarf Therapist. I'll leave you watching the main fortress. I'm going to read Dwarf Therapist, see how many we've got. We've got 106 adults, 18 children, and 3 babies. So we've definitely lost a few people. Just checking up Panzerbeard's health issues. He's unconscious, but not dead. That's the interesting thing. He's not dead. Are we going to have to dish out some mercy? A little bit of a mercy hammering, I wonder? We'll see. Now, the tomb is almost prepared in terms of smoothing, but we do need a bit of engraving as well. It's got to be fully engraved, otherwise it just won't work. We're going to make this the tomb. Oh, actually, it needs a door, doesn't it? Otherwise we won't be able to designate it properly. B, D. It's going to have an obsidian door, of course, because obsidian doors are the best. We're going to make it a tomb. We're going to size it maximally, and we're going to assign the tomb to Panzerbeard. Where is Panzerbeard? The guy what deserves it most. Panzerbeard. If I've gone past him, I apologise. I am not the most observant chap in the universe. Panzerbeard. Or at the moment, though, I do feel like the guy who most needs a pee in the universe. My bladder is Well, it's giving me sensations that I think, if they were to be translated into sound, would be like the creaking of a tall ship in a storm. It's intense. Put it that way. Where are you, Panzerbeard? Come on. We want to give you glory. We want to dip some glory on you. Dip some glory on you? There we go. Panzerbeard. There you go. You've got your tomb. How do you like it? How do you like it? Well, you don't know. You're unconscious. You've got no idea. But trust me, you're going to be revered for the week or two that this fortress has left to live before everybody gets turned into a weird creature and rips each other to shreds in a horrible death spiral. Better get engraving, actually, before that happens. Otherwise, we're going to end up with nothing but that on the engravings, aren't we? So designate engrave stone. Walls first. Do all the external walls like this. Bingo, bango, here we go, down you go, engravy, gravy, engravy, gravy. Do I engrave these bits here on the outside? Fuck it, why not? Let's do the whole shebang. Bingo. Cool. Right, get your engraving on, and then we'll do the floor after the fact as well, because why not? Why are all these people in these beds? Are you wounded? Oh, there's a spatter of his blood. Okay, maybe he is wounded. We're going to have to build a second hospital, to be honest, because I'm not sure we're going to have the capacity in this... Oh, hang on a minute. What am I talking about? We're on the cusp of a death spiral. Why am I worried about capacity in the hospital? Soon, no hospital is going to be capacious enough. We're going to end up with just essentially a pile of corpses. Why did I say corpse is instead of corpses? Very odd. Very odd indeed. If you make a habit of returning here, strange things, you will see a lot of derailment. I mean, there are some epic on my Dark Souls blind runs. There are epic derailments. I mean, that's mainly because of the huge... Oh my god! Some migrants have arrived despite the danger. Really? Is this? Are you people really that excited about the tomb that we're building that you want to turn up? Fair enough, fair enough. Let me go over to Dwarf Therapist and quickly read to see how many people have turned up in this latest Migration Wave. If I sort by migration wave... Have I paused it? I haven't paused it, have I? That's probably a good idea if I'm not going to be paying attention. Oh, the mayor's imposed a ban on certain exports. Speaking of which, there's a caravan here that we need to trade with. Don't let me forget that. Don't... Huh? Why? No broker. Oh, okay. Let's figure that out. Broker. Anyone got skills? Well, you've actually got a few. Oh, JC. You're not only a mayor, you're a broker. Ah, lovely. Okay. Oh, you're not the mayor. Vukar's become the mayor. Oh my god, you've been ousted. You've been voted out. You are the Livingstone to the Johnston. Oh my goodness. Oh my good little London mayoral election and jokes there, just in case anybody's wondering what I'm babbling on about. Oh god, nearly went on a political rant. Just dial it back, scoundrel. Calm down. Calm down. There's no need to get triggered. Relax. Okay, almost worked. I'm almost relaxed. That's good. That's good. Let's get back into chat. Zeotris, welcome back. Welcome back. How are you doing? Why not a gold door? Now, there's an interesting question, mainly because I like obsidian more than gold. I don't like gold, actually. I'm going that far as to say, as a decorative thing, I don't like it. As a practical thing, well, what's practical about gold? All it does is look pretty and conduct electricity quite well. Then again, it's quite good for shielding on space components, so okay, maybe there is a place in my heart for gold. But in general, precious metals, gemstones, that kind of thing, it actually aggravates me that people find them of value. Diamonds especially. Once you understand the De Beers cartel practices and you find out the truth about diamonds, it's really fucking galling how much people go all out for them and think they're fantastic. They're one of the most common fucking substances in the universe. Anyway, enough nonsense, enough of that. Just drop it. Come on, scoundrel. Get excited about something else. Why was the guitarist arrested? He fingered a miner. Oh, you've picked up the baton there for the thematic joke run and done quite well. It would be quite nice if coffin assignment would sort by dead people first, wounded next, then everyone else. That would make sense. That would make sense. Actually, it's a very good idea. Write to Toadie about that one. Let's get that one in there. Okay. Would love to make the other way round, like in Monty Python. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where in the beginning they're collecting the dead, and some aren't. Yes, that would make it kind of like that, wouldn't it? That would, if they started just bunging anybody who was ill into tombs, that would be terrible. Trader is busy. Huh? JC doesn't want to be a broker. Well, I mean, needs must, sir, and you are the most competent person for the job. So... I don't know why I'm using fart noises to try and convey some kind of weird point, but I am. There we go. Barbie? Oh my goodness. Barbie and Ken in chat. That's lovely. It's a romance just waiting to happen. And there's some boobs in chat. Oh, it's ASCII boobs. The best kind of boobs. Well, actually, that's patently false. The best kind of boobs are people boobs. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up. My nostrils certainly will. I'm undergoing some quite intense olfactory distress right now. Excuse me if my voice sounds muffled, but I've had to pull my t-shirt over my nose. Classic, ever since school manoeuvre that I use in the presence of any kind of flatulence. Your mileage may vary depending on the thickness of the weave of your t-shirt and whether or not it's tucked into your trousers or not. If it's not, then there's access at the lower level. There's no tight seal, and the fart can wend its way up to your nostrils unimpeded. But if you close off the bottom half, make sure there's a fairly tight seal over your nose, it will reduce the stench. I guarantee that. Again, depending on the weave of your shirt. Anyway, enough of this advice. You don't need this advice. Everyone figured that out when they were 10. Zeatrice says, in my most recent fort, one of the 7 pioneers, my mechanic, got wildly depressed because of a lack of mugs. In my opinion, if you're going to trek to build a new city in the woods, you should be a bit better prepared to rough it. True. Or bring some mugs. I mean, a mug is not an incredible expenditure. Then again, depending on what it's made of, it may get broken on the way. I've had a few mugs that I was transferring to an office break, sadly. Boo. Boo. Competent, whatever that means. True. It doesn't mean anything that even touches on my life. Good mornings says, who is this blue on black name? Oh, it's Silverlight 42. Weren't you in here earlier? And wasn't your name green earlier? Intriguing. Don't enjoy my own fragrance. No, I never have. No, I've never enjoyed the smell of my own farts. There are 2 components to the fart, as we all know, the audio component and the olfactory component. One of them is the very essence of comedy, and the other is, on the flip side, the essence of suffering. Suffering for all within the cloud. And it's kind of like the noise that a fart makes is almost the spoonful of sugar to the medicine of the odour. And when I say medicine, I mean like warning rather than preventative medicine of get out of the cloud, I don't want to breathe in shit particles. That's the medicine we're talking about there, not literal medicine. I do not believe that flatulence has any medical value. If anybody ever tries to treat a wound you've got or any kind of illness with a fart, I would consider them to be a quack physician. Do not deal with them. Get away as best you can. That said, there is such a thing as a fecal transplant, but you're going to need considerably more than a fart to make that effective. So, look it up. It's real. It's real. They even have pills for it, Poo pills. Poo pills. Anyway, where was I? Amazon Cloud. I think it's a different kind of cloud server. I am a cloud server every now and again, but you can hear it and get out of the way quick enough. Right. Still can't trade. Okay, JC, you're going to have to do at least one trade. We'll take you out of the trade socket if the fortress still exists when you've traded, but you are going to have to go in there at least temporarily. We need some trading. I say we need trading. It would be nice to get some trading, but we don't really need it. Should we take a look and see what's been engraved here? Let's have a little look. Enter, view. Engraved is an Obok Ervandening rendition of the Sandal of Rax, a well-designed image of a dwarf. The image is the symbol of the Mint Furnaces, a local dwarven government. It's our government, you fool. Right, let's see what else we've got here. Engraved is a Obok Ovendunning rendition of the Channels of Lightning, an image of a sheet. The image is the symbol of the Rampart of Deer, a dwarven civilization. Okay. We got any better engravers, or is this going to be the extent of what we get? A series of logos of the local governments. Catapult parts. Not just catapult parts, a catapult parts. A ballista arrowhead. Okay. This doesn't seem very thematic to what we're building here. This is a bit more detailed. Engraved on the wall is a finely designed image of Melly the Dusk Crone and Nithhi Cat Control, the elf, by Zen Ralrist. Nithhi Cat Control is striking down Melly. The artwork relates to the killing of the Dusk Crone Melly by the elf Nithhi Cat Control in the Incidental Forests in 244. Okay. Let down a bit by the fact that there's an elf being triumphant in it. We may have to defile this artwork, but it's better than everything else we've had so far. So we'll leave it on the wall just for a little while. Just for a little while. Yeah, interesting Reddit article. I was already aware of them because there is a practice. There was a guy who sort of discovered it by self-experimenting, and he actually went to places around the world where, in the tropics, where disease was rife, and he would take poop from the locals and literally shove it up his own arse. Which, prima facie, without the background theory that it might give you a boost, or not a boost, I hate that phrase, boost your immune system. It might add some knowledge to your immune systems. Without that idea, it does seem pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Right, come on, more engravings. What have we got here? What have you just done? Engraved on the wall is a well-designed image of dwarves by Nunchaku Chaku Rithrunder. The dwarves are travelling. The artwork relates to the foundation of hair construct by the mint furnaces of the Rampart of Deer in the early spring of 503. Ooh. Did it work? Yes, it did. It did. Eating your elven doner right now. Interesting. Are doner kebabs in America called doner kebabs because they have a little bit of crossover with something I learned of not recently, but a little while ago. The Doner Party. They tried to cross America back in the old colonial days, or in the days of expansion, and they all died and ate each other. But I was wondering, is that where the name of the doner kebab comes from, I wonder? I doubt it very much. I mean, a doner kebab is like, from somewhere in the Middle East, Greece or Turkey, one of the two. Not a good pair of countries to mix up. They have some history of animosity between each other. I've been to the DMZ in Cyprus. Engraved on the wall is an image of a table-cut gem by Zephon Alekingiz. You boring bastard. Why are you doing drawings of gems? We want visions of death and rebirth. That's what we want in this lovely little temple tomb. I mean, definitely this idea is going to be used again. And the next CRYPTBEARDS, I would like to have one of these little combo structures. Do you hear the way I said that? Combo structures. I spoke in a very odd manner. Can we trade? No, we can't trade. Why? Is JC refusing in character to trade? How very you. How very you. Who's this jester? Elf. Excuse me. What a bastard. And a cavey boar. Okay. Let's get back to the business. Let's get back to the business at hand. Get this temple sorted. They've nearly finished all the engraving. Who's here? Farmer? Blacksmith? Brewer? Oh my god, there's a stack of people lying on this floor here, all wounded. Okay, I better quickly go over to Dwarf Therapist and check to see what's happened with our military. Your dwarf is too busy trolling the others. Yes, I mean, that's to be expected. To be expected. It's taken on your name and elements of your personality. Let's quickly head over to Dwarf Therapist, take a look at who is and who isn't still alive, because I'm not entirely sure what's going on. 116, nobody's died since the last Weir outburst, so that's nice. And the last migration wave was only 10. Oh, we didn't even check them, did we? Anyone exciting? No, nobody with notable skills. Anybody with a bit of military experience? What are you, a tanner? No. Military experience. What about you guys? We've got 2 people who have got a level in dodge, but that's about the size of it. Let's quickly sort this out to squads, see who's still alive. Okay, we've only had one actual confirmed death. Oh, and now we can find out who killed the beast. It was Tekkud. Panzerbeard is being falsely lauded as the killer of the beast. I mean, sure, Panzerbeard made a sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, in fact, but he was not the dealer of the death blow. It was Tekkud Flagsteels, an 83-year-old dwarf whose size is 68,220 cubic centimetres. She was a professional ranger, signed up to the Silvery Bowel Squad, and oh my god. Within the last season, she felt horrified. This is an unknown thought. Please report it. Oh my god. She's having lots of unknown thoughts. Oh my god. Okay, well maybe another time we'll revisit the minds of our dwarves, but I'm intrigued now. So Panzerbeard is a pretender. A false, not deity, not a false god, a false idol. A false idol. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Do you have a nice psychopath borderline dwarf with a name for you? Strange things? Let's take a look, shall we? Let's look at the personalities. Social alt skills. What have we got? No, that's not the ones. Social. Animals, attributes, health, labour. Attributes. Attributes, that should have something. Strength, agility, toughness, endurance, recuperation, disease resistance, analytical ability, creativity, empathy, focus, intuition, kinesthetic sense, linguistic ability, memory, musicality, patience, social awareness, spatial sense, and willpower. Those are not the ones we wanted. All right, traits, what do we got here? Activity level, altruism, ambition, anger propensity, anxiety propensity, art inclined, assertiveness, bashful, bravery, cheer propensity, close-mindedness, confidence, cruelty, curiousness, depression propensity, discord, yay, everyone's favourite online communication tool, disdain advice, okay, dutifulness, emotionally obsessive, envy propensity, excitement seeking, friendliness, gratitude, greed, gregariousness, hate propensity, hopeful humour, imagination, immoderation, immodesty, love propensity, lust propensity, oh my, orderliness, perfectionist, perseverance, politeness, pride, privacy, single-minded, stress vulnerability, swayed by emotions, thoughtlessness, tolerant, trust, vanity, vengeful, violent, and wastefulness. Okay, which of those traits do you feel best encompasses what you want to be in the fortress? And thank you for the link, Rando, much appreciated. I'm going to have to mod you sooner or later. Once I get round to it. I have to admit, at the end of last session, I did go for it. I clicked on your name in the chat and then went, oh, there's no command to mod him in there. Oh. So I'll do that another day. I will get round to it one of these days. Unless you don't want the hassle, in which case I understand, feel free to say no thanks. High violence, zero empathy. The rest comes from those two. So we look at who's the most violent dwarf in the fortress. Well, it turns out it's Nunchaku Chaku. Oh, and a fairly distant second space is Cog Esislogim. And then Elf Killer comes after that. Elf Killer, he's an already established bastard. We know he's not so great. Where's empathy? Empathy. E, A, B, C, D. Envy, propensity, emotion. There is no empathy. Empathy isn't a stat. I mean, you can be the second most. Oh wait, no, hang on a minute. We got this sorted by squads, haven't we? Sort by nothing. Now we can see the most violent person in the fortress is Sodel Kosothzokan. He's 22 years old, 76,970 cubic centimetres in size. Within the last week, he felt rapture after communicating with a deity 11 times, frustration after being unable to practice a craft for too long, and horrified. This is an unknown thought. Please report it times 10. Interesting. Personality. Doesn't often feel envious of others. Is quick to anger. More likely to throw tantrums and go berserk. Occasionally overindulges. Does not enjoy participating in physical confrontations. How does that go with being violent? He's the most violent person in the fortress, but is not happy with his own tendency to do that. That's intriguing. That's an intriguing idea. Okay, let's do it. Sodel, that's you now. That's you. Strange Things 80. Do you want 80 in there? Or is it just Strange Things? Strange Things. One word, two words? Well, for now, I'll call you strange things. If you want the 80 in there, no problem. If you don't, we'll sort that out. Let's commit that change. There we go. You are now, well, you're tied for being the most violent person in the fortress, but you are the most violent person in the fortress in our hearts. So there you go. Well, the next most violent person in the fortress actually turns out is a 1-year-old child who's only 14,980 cubic centimetres, for goodness sake. So, who last felt enjoyment after playing make-believe and euphoric due to inebriation. So it's a pissed-up 1-year-old child. That's nice. That's nice. The most violent... The most violent person. So maybe you and them are going to be like Baby Cart. Do you remember Baby Cart, the samurai film, where the guy pushes a baby around in a cart and kills loads of people? Oh, that would be good. Without the number. Good, good, good. Being old is not as cool as I thought, so leave the number out. Hey, you ain't that old. If 80 is the year you were born, then you're the same age as me, give or take a couple of months. So, yeah, I'm 28 this year. So, no, 28, fuck that, 38. I'm only 2 years off 40. I'm an old man when it comes to the twitching. Usually everybody's a bit younger than me. The old ninja, he's a young'un. Old ninja? He's a young'un? That didn't make any sense. Engraved on the wall is an image of a dwarf by Zutton. That's a very generic image. I'm not happy with that being... Hello? Finley, you appear to have been captured by a fey mood. What's all that about? Let's just follow and make sure if that's the actual case. You fey mooded? He's got an exclamation mark. Or is that severe depression? I'm just going to look you up in Dwarf Therapist. Oh, sorry, I'm still on Dwarf Therapist. What a monster. What a barbarian. Let's look up Finley Zero quickly and then we'll go back to the game, which I have dangerously left unpaused. Not squad, I want has nickname, don't I? Has nickname, there we go. Fuzzy Logic currently... No, you're not in a fey mode. Oh, sorry, Finley Zero. Yes, you are in a... Oh. You're stumbling obliviously. Oh dear. Oh dear. Within the last week he felt horrified. This is an unknown thought. Please report it. ×20. Oh day. Oh dear. And you're lonely from being away from your family for too long. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. That's definitely a sign of a downward spiral starting. Shit, we've been recording for an hour. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for putting up with these epically long videos, which, you know, really should be cut down into half-hour chunks if I wanted anyone to watch them. And probably they should just be better, right? Just better? Makes sense, right? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one. Fingers crossed. Bye. Bye.